Slow vibe. Slow vibe.
You know, no
Ooh.
vibes for Wednesday.
Hey,
Girl,
hey, hey. Listen, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We have a lot to talk about this evening. And that first one that we start with, all I'm saying is, oh, Canada. But before we go into that, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are not your typical girl talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on these deep, dark internets. And we want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Check out the replays of this show on the internet radio every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then we tape this show live, as you can see here on IG and on YouTube. So be sure to check us out Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Join us live, weigh in. We love to hear from y'all. And then follow and subscribe to Not Your Typical Girl Talk so you never miss when we go live. It's very simple. Just hit the follow, hit this, like, just do the thing. Right?
Yo, girl, everything you said was correct. Why is IG just kicking out Sheba though?
I just saw that now. I'm like, wait, what?
What just happened?
Okay,
Yo,
let me see.
IG. Oh, here we go.
What?
Wow. This show didn't even start yet.
So we didn't even say anything.
We didn't say anything. We said nothing political, nothing religious, nothing against any type of crew.
Yeah. Okay. And Instagram kicked me out. It said bye, biatch. It said bye. So, but I'm back. I'm back.
It's rude and crude. Hey, everyone. Back, it's your girl Telly. I am also here, proud member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew, trying to make sense of the ridiculousness on this planet. Scotty, Jesus, Buddha, somebody beam us up. The Rockets versus the LA Clippers. I don't know what's going on, but girl, even the TV is like, Even the TV is like, no. But that's okay. We're gonna deliver. We have to deliver this good news, if you want to call it good news. So you know what? No, some of it is good news, and most of it is bad. But in the meantime, Sheba girl, tell these lovely people who you are.
I am Toshiba. They call me Sheba. I'm the final member of the crew. And yeah, the TV just said I'm good. So I don't know if it's just not prepared for what we got, but it's got to do its thing because we have a lot. Let me tell you, the first segment of the show called Oh Canada, I had to condense because it was a lot, and I had to take an already broken down clip and break it down even more. But let's just hear what you're going to hear from this recent guest on the Kendra G show. She had a lot to say about, we'll hear.
Hello. Oh, hi. Good. What's your name, baby?
My name is Martina.
Martina, where you from, love?
Chicago.
Chicago. How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
You're 22. Okay. What do you do for a living, boo?
I'm an interior model, and I also do OnlyFans.
You have any kids?
No.
No kids. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
What
I don't claim you.
For, babe?
Honestly, someone who's like a tall Gemini, who's like loyal, honest, spoils me, and just like a kind-hearted person. Like me.
What are your deal breakers?
Honestly, like broke men, ugly men, rude men, short guys. So yeah.
So what is broke to you? How much does the man make the least?
Oh, like $200K.
200K is the least. I want to be as respectful as possible.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of colleges are asking me to ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
What's a vagina?
Yeah. But I have a $30,000 one, if anyone cares. Actually, I think it was $50K, but I don't remember. My boobs were like $10K, but whatever.
Okay. Hey, so you bought a vagina for $50,000?
Yes. Well, I didn't pay for it, but yeah, it was around that.
Who paid for it?
Canada. I'm Canadian, so I lived there and I got my surgery there, and I moved to Chicago.
Now, if I didn't ask you that question, were you going to reveal that or no?
Honestly, it's not like the first thing I tell people about myself, especially guys. So it doesn't define me. I'm a woman first. I've never had a problem with a man because they see me as a woman. I usually tell them, but if I like them, I'll let them know. I think the comments talking shit, like, it doesn't get to me because I'm prettier than you.
Make you prettier than my friend?
No, but like the bitches in the comments, I haven't born a girl that was better than you. So.
Okay. That $50,000 vagina, she said. Don't blame her. Don't.
Designer, honey. Custom made.
Custom made.
Yeah.
So you walk around here with a Gucci vagina. You walk around here with a man name. God said, hell no, she got a Gucci Louis Vuitton vagina.
Ooh, don't play with me.
They saying Gucci. Period. Timothy say straight man, trans man, or gay man?
Straight man only. I've only ever been with a straight man.
She was transparent. She is a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know,
I'm a woman
outside of the church.
And then I'm trans. I'm a woman first and then I'm trans. So
you're a woman trans?
Okay, I'm a woman, honey. Like,
you don't like to be referred to as a gay woman.
If we're getting technical, like sure, whatever. But like, I'm like what you see is what you got. So like, I'm a straight girl. I'm a straight girl. Period.
What would you say if a woman disagree with you that was born with a vagina? Was it a matter to you or you don't care?
Their insecurities, so that you know, obviously a lot of women can't get pregnant. A lot of women go through periods, and I'm one of them. So I don't think it's really necessary for girls to hate on other women.
Hold up. So she said that when she goes on dates with men and she doesn't tell them that she's a trans at all. It's not the first thing on her mind. So she says that she has no problems getting men. Then why is she on Kendra G's show? And now because Kendra G's show is international, like everyone and their grandma watches Kendra G. So now the whole planet knows, ma'am, that you're a transgendered person. So. And wait, I didn't get a notice in my mailbox saying that Canada was paying for sex changes with my tax dollar. I didn't get a memo for that. Did y'all?
I didn't, but I researched it, and then it is true.
Wow.
It is true that I went on the website, and it is true. I think they call it gender reaffirmation surgery or something to that extent, that you can go through, and Canada will absolutely pay with our tax dollars for a gender reaffirming surgery. I'm not going to get canceled, and so I might just stick to the comments. But Carcia, I see that you were calculating and trying to make sense of things. So go ahead, girl. Maybe
I was actually trying to mimic that meme of Nene like painting during the show. You know, that meme where she looks up and she's like, this is ridiculous, and she kind of goes back to what she's doing. You know what it's like? It's kind of like when you see someone standing outside and they're looking at the sky, and you ask, what are you looking at? And they say, well, I'm looking at the sky because it's purple. And you say, no, the sky's blue. But the other person keeps saying it's purple. And then eventually you just get to a point where it's like, you know what? For you, it's purple. So that's cool. And you just walk away. And that's what I choose to do here. I have nothing. I'm actually even a bit disgusted at this Gucci coochie. Like, I'm not putting Gucci in that. No.
Canada gave it to her. Canada, a country where people are hungry, yet they work. Like these people with 9 to 5s now are unable to afford food, water, electricity. They're actually now providing subsidies. I just realized yesterday, Canada's actually providing subsidies for electricity and water because people now cannot afford it. They're trying to subsidize it because things are so expensive. Yet the same country that has a huge homeless problem is having issues
And
with
a mental health
immigration,
crisis.
and a mental health crisis is paying for gender reaffirming surgery free of charge. Just so we're clear, that Canada, you apply and you go through the process, and Canada will reassign your gender.
But if you don't have a good job with a drug plan, you cannot get drugs that will save your life. So if you have a heart problem, you can't get those drugs unless you pay top dollar for it.
Correct. But if you have a child that decides that it wants to be a boy or a girl, and you take the necessary steps, that child or yourself can get gender reaffirming or whatever they want to call it, surgery. But who cares about the people who can't eat and the fact that rent is skyrocketing and people just cannot afford to live? It doesn't matter if you make $60, $70, $85, $90, $100,000 a year in Toronto. It is very difficult to live, but you can certainly decide that you want to change your gender, and Canada will pay for it.
But you know what, though? I will say one thing about this person. I don't even remember the person's name. I will refer to them in the pronoun of them and they. The worst thing in the world, about this person is actually not the transgender process that they went through. It is the narcissism.
Thank you.
That's what is disgusting me. It's actually, if they came on humble and they're like, yeah, you know what, I'm really self-conscious about talking about my past life, and they were just really humble about it, it probably wouldn't actually be on the show. Like, we wouldn't have put it on here. We would be like, okay. But because of the narcissism, you can't help but be like, I don't want to give this person $30,000 to do anything.
Not even $5 on the street.
Right? Yeah. So that's where the anger comes from.
Yeah. Oh, Canada, we're done. We're just done.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Just done. This one is funny as hell. That's all. I'm going to try to keep a straight face. Y'all won't be able to see this, but I'm going to read it. And we had to go from that nonsense, thank you, Kenji G, to 6 brown chicks that always delights us. And in a segment called Marshmallow, it goes, I confronted my son's basketball coach about why my son is always on the bench. He's not good enough to win, and he doesn't hustle. I offered to give him some badge in exchange for more playtime for my son. He's decent looking, and I'm tired of my husband anyway. Coach agreed. I wore my tight black leather dress, crotchless panties, and gym shoes for a quick session in his van. Coach rolled down his window, but wouldn't open the car door. Miss Jackson, I'm not unzipping for that. Go work out. You look like a marshmallow wrapped in duct tape. Go home and give that to your old man. Coach peeled off and left me on the curb. I was crushed. I've been calling Coach to arrange another meetup, but he blocks me. Meanwhile, my son is on the bench even more. At this point, I don't care about my son. I just want Coach. How do I change his mind?
Go to the gym.
Like he said, just go to the gym.
Yeah, go on a diet.
Go on the Mediterranean diet, girl.
He has a preference. He doesn't like fat women.
This man said, and I quote, I'm not unzipping for that. Go work out. You look like a marshmallow wrapped in duct. A marshmallow wrapped. If a man describes me as a marshmallow wrapped in duct tape, the M, not embarrassment, the M, just the M, the embarrassment.
Girl. No. It hurt. No.
A marshmallow, squishy marshmallow. So she was spilling out of her
It was more than a muffin top.
Tight black dress.
It was more than a muffin top. This was a marshmallow body with 2 stick legs. Girl.
Sis, go to the gym.
Go to the gym and just figure out your life. Look, and now that the fact that it's beyond her husband, beyond her son, now it's just about her.
Yeah. And he
If a man told me I look like a marshmallow wrapped in duct tape, why in the hell would I want to ever get naked in front of him?
That's right. Is a real thing.
She's an idiot. He doesn't want you. The man doesn't want you in clothes.
Right.
In clothes.
Let alone.
Right.
Let alone.
So, sis,
girl,
that's a message to you. Your husband's probably tired of you too, which is why you're not getting any action from him.
Her husband doesn't want her neither.
Oh.
She's not wanted anywhere. Except for maybe like at a convenience store where they sell marshmallows. So maybe she should find herself there. Go find a convenience store worker. Maybe they'll pity you.
It's time to love yourself, practice some self-love, and do the things for you to be a better woman.
And lose some weight.
That's all.
I just want to repeat. The man doesn't want her in clothes. Do you understand?
Right.
Do you understand? When a man doesn't want you in clothes,
in your outfit,
why would you want to be naked and vulnerable in front of a man who doesn't like you in clothes? What?
That latex dress or whatever she said she's wearing, that was actually first of all, the tight, and it was just holding it all together. When she gets out of that, right, girl? When you're like trying to pull like a wet bathing suit, and it expands like.
That's what was gonna happen. Coach, dude, you did the right thing.
I mean, maybe for some men they love that, sis, but this one does not.
Not this one.
Coach likes his ladies fit because he's a coach.
He's a coach.
So
everyone has their preference. I mean,
we have nothing because Charlemagne is in trouble for speaking honestly, and we are not as big as Charlemagne, but they tried to come for his neck when he made comments about someone, even though it was Accuretto. But you can't be Accuretto no more. No. You have to be nice and sweet and lie to people, especially women. For those of you on the radio, we are just shrugging our shoulders because we have nothing. We're gonna move on. Ma'am, go to the gym. We're gonna move on. Okay, in segment number 3, in the segment I'm calling How Much? This one here, je ne comprends pas. For those of you who do not speak French, I do not understand. Okay, so these, I don't know how close you guys can see them, but these are braids. These are straight back braids. Think, if you're on the radio, think Set It Off, think Cleo and Set It Off, right? When Cleo had her braids, all good, few braids, cornrowed all the way back. Okay, visualize that. And then hear this question. So this is Tammy Roman. If you don't know who Tammy Roman is, she was on Basketball Wives, one of the original Basketball Wives. She was married to an NBA player, and now she's famous for other things. But she had a question, and her question was, I got my natural hair braided in straight back, this is what this is, to go under my wigs. They are small and look nice, about 20 in total. When she was done, I asked how much, and she said $350. I almost fainted. I had no idea prices went up and that much. Sorry, she said, I had no idea prices went up that much. I don't know. I was expecting $200. Now, she continued to add, she said her hair was already washed, blow dried, and soft pressed. And the braider traveled to her. So the full disclosure, she had washed her hair, she had blow dried her hair, She had kind of pressed out her hair, but the braider did travel to her, and it was 20 going back. Ladies.
Okay, so my first question is, where does this hair braider person live? Because even if you tack on gas, but here's my first thing, and this is a PSA, this is a warning to all y'all out there, ladies, and this actually goes for, now I say Black because we're the ones that are usually getting this hairstyle, but I also say this even to Black women, women of all colors. Before you book that stylist to come to your house, you're supposed to ask them some questions. And ask them on the phone or ask them in the Instagram chat when you holler at them through their DMs. How much will this cost me? That's the first thing you ask. Because that stylist knew very well whose house she was going to.
Oh, yes, she did.
So she knew, oh, this chick can afford $350.
Yes, she did. Mm-hmm.
But these braids, these are the braids that our mothers used to put in our head during days of going to school. These are the
braids that are underneath this right now, okay? I braided my own hair. I sewed my own
This is
hair.
what's happening, right? About 95% of the Black women you see that wear wigs or pieces on their hair, do Marley braids. This is what the basis of it is. Some of us do this ourselves.
I do it myself. I think we all here do it ourselves.
Yes.
I take the hair and I put on a nice little Netflix show. I put my and I braid it down. And it takes me sometimes 45 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, because I'm putting something else on it. And for mine, I'm not putting a wig over it because I got to then sew in the extensions, make sure I've got a side part. It's the whole thing. But this, you understand, like, this is more than some people's unit. $350. This is more than some people pay for an entire unit. For this?
Listen, and the last time we were in a salon, Tully, I don't know if you remember, but a young man came in to get his hair braided in the same style, because as we know, men do this style too. And the girl charged him, I think, $85 to do. Yes, which is totally appropriate. Totally. And he did come in. He had a nice head of hair, you know, nice and thick. It looked very clean. It was blown out. Like, it was ready to get braided.
Yeah.
And he was very fine with paying that money, because I'm like, yeah, it took her about 45 minutes to do the style. I'm like, yeah, even if she charged him $90, I would have been like, yeah, but $350 for what?
Like you said, how far are you traveling? How far, girl? How far? Listen, I have driven from Toronto, Canada to North Carolina, okay, on about $80 worth of gas in a BMW. It was a 14-hour drive. So there's no way, ma'am. There's no way.
You know what the dry part is? Like, you can get a silk press for 10 times less. I mean, and silk presses are fire. I mean, I'm just saying.
Silk press, girl.
And they do all that work for you. They comb it out, they wash it, they do all this stuff for way less than $300 and almost $400 for 20 cornrows.
And Telly, at the salon, they use products. They use lovely products on your hair to make sure that's shining. I'm looking at this and I don't see what
I see is
shining. There's no edges done. It doesn't look like there was any mousse applied.
Because he put a wig right on top of it.
No wig
on it.
She got bamboozled, but I agree with you guys. She should do her homework. I mean, you're a basketball, ex-basketball. You have sense. That's the main thing. You're a public figure. You have people that work for you. Why didn't you get your assistant to say, okay, how much do you charge? Because if this girl's coming from Atlanta and flying all the way from Atlanta to Los Angeles,
from Atlanta. She probably came from Burbank, California to Los Angeles.
Driving an army tank. Why are you charging almost $400 for cornrows that
for a style
than the cornfields outside?
There's no style.
Good night. Good night. We're done. Not the cornfields. We're done. Because we're done. We're done. We're done.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone, be more cautious. Ask questions before you book these people.
Because I know how these rich people stay. They feel, oh, I'm so rich, I can afford it, until they hear the price.
Yeah, we're done. This one is stupid. The next one is stupid. I'm just gonna warn you, this is stupid. In a segment I'm calling Hologram Love, this is stupid. This is very dumb. But this is why we do the show. We do a lot of research, but this is dumb. What this says here is a woman is marrying an AI hologram, ushering in a weird new era for human-robot relationships. There's more. There's more. A Spanish-Dutch artist is set to marry an AI hologram this summer with the groundbreaking union ushering in a weird new era of human-robot relationships. Alicia Framis will marry her holographic partner, AI Lex, who was trained from the profile information of her previous romantic partners, according to a press release. It also said that the unconventional ceremony will take place at some place in the Netherlands, which I do not care to pronounce. The ceremony will feature a unique ritual for the union between a human and an avatar, and guests will be served molecular food that can be enjoyed by both humans and humanoid entities.
Listen, yo, where's the Book of Revelation? Where's my Bible? Mm-mm.
Okay, let me read a little bit more. Framis, who is the artist and bride, is designing her own dress and also clothing for the wedding guests. Framis says the wedding represents a new generation of love where humans will be in relationship with holograms, avatars, and robots. While the wedding appears to be a form of performance art, Framis says it poses interesting questions about what a union with a holographic partner looks like. It is interesting how we can get a mortgage to buy a new car, and now we can have a mortgage to buy a new companion. Oh, okay. She also questioned whether she could open a joint account with her partner and what kind of insurance coverage they would need. I'm not reading anymore. I'm not.
So hold on. I got questions. So
Okay.
Is this
real
like
or is this an art thing?
It's an app. Is this someone that collect her information and create like an app so that she can create her own?
I found her Instagram, and they actually had recordings of her with the hologram on date.
Oh, okay.
So this is like when they made Tupac a hologram.
Girl, that was a thing.
This was her man, Alex. I guess his name's supposed to be Alex. This is really her and her man.
Yeah, I see that.
Do y'all see
actually her and her man?
Do y'all see now why I said we need to put more money into mental health matters?
Why does she go to the bank? She wants
a mortgage with what is it?
Did she get a life?
She wants a joint account and insurance coverage for her hologram husband.
But what if the hologram falls in love with another hologram? Like if this becomes a thing for people, which I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, because it's learning, isn't it?
It's learning.
Like
it's gonna find someone else. What if it dumps her? Can she like zap it to like turn off or push an off button, or like how do you divorce from a hologram? You know what? I hate this planet. I'm ready to go to Wakanda now.
You just have to say mental illness is a real thing. And
I said I wasn't going to read more. I said I wasn't going to read more, but I'm going to read this part.
There's more?
There's a little bit more. As I stated earlier, I went to her Instagram where she posts video of her cooking and eating with Alex.
Right.
So apparently before Alex, she was in a relationship with a mannequin named Pierre.
Pierre the mannequin.
Yes.
and she's an artiste. Okay, you know what? I feel like I think she's bamboozling the whole planet at this point. This girl is doing it for the clicks. But I do hope that she televises her hologramic wedding or puts it somewhere where everyone can see it, either on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. Girl, hook everyone up. We want to see these nuptials come to fruition. Let's go.
You know what? I already wasted my time watching Who the F Did I Marry all 50 parts. I don't. I think I'm good for all of the next 2020s.
What a world we live in. I got nothing on this. I don't know.
We have nothing. We're actually just gonna reset because there's some other foolishness.
Girl.
So, yeah, good for you, girl. Good for you know what? She got a man. What can I say?
But did
you know what? On the positive side, you got a man.
She got a hologram, Sheba. She got a hologram man.
It's a man. Okay, at this point, girl, best of luck. You know what, Car?
Man.
Let's just bring it together, Car. Let's bring it together.
That it was a mannequin man. No, girl, we're not claiming that.
You know what? Thank you for sticking it out with us tonight on Not Your Typical Girl Talk. I know this has been a lot already, but stick around. You'll probably laugh a lot more in the next segment. There were some laughable moments, but
there was
a lot. We want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Check out the replays of our show on Innanet Radio, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Saturday. We tape live on IG and YouTube Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so check us out every Wednesday. And follow and subscribe to Not Your Typical Girl Talk on Instagram and YouTube so you never miss a beat when we are live. Let us do
like a deep breath.
Next, let's center ourselves. Let's purify the air.
Purify that air.
If you got some sage, some, I don't know. If you have a wand, just use it and just clear the air. It's all good. It's all good. And let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
This one here, the comments were commenting, and I wasn't agreeing with the commenting. So in the segment that I'm calling "In the Trunk," this is the face of a woman who lives in Gwinnett County. This is in Atlanta, and she was arrested after riding with her child in the trunk. She said he was back there to hold the products in the trunk. Now, this is a picture that you can't see clearly, but this is the son's head coming out of the trunk. So as somebody else was driving their car, they saw his head, took a picture, and clearly with her license plate, and sent it off to the police. Now, in the article I read, this is what she basically said. She said that she went to go pick up a bassinet or something. I think it was I've been like a playpen, right? Okay. So it was like a playpen, and she went to go pick it up because she was going to take it and deliver it somewhere else. I think it was for like a home for women or young girls who needed it. When she went to go pick it up, it was not broken down. And according to her, she decided to not break it down and put it in the car. She decided just to put her seats down, put it in the car, tell her son to sit to make sure it doesn't move. But somehow he decided to go in the trunk of the car. And this is what you see. I think she's lying. So let me tell you something. As a mother, whenever my child was in the back of the car, let me just be very clear. Until Tran was able to sit in the front of the car, if I'm in the driver's seat, this is where she's sitting. She's sitting behind the passenger. Why? Because I can always tilt my head and see her facial expressions, all of that. So for me, if you are saying that your child was told to sit in the back of a car and watch the thing, how could you miss him for a long drive while he's in the trunk? I don't. I'm gonna find her exact quote. But ladies, what do you think about that?
She's capping. Her trying to say that the child crawled to the back to the trunk.
Yeah, no,
No, I don't buy that either. Mm-mm.
No, I know for a fact. I mean, I know from watching parents that I know, my own parents, they would never even allow their child to be in the back of the car without the seatbelt on.
Thank you.
And you had your whole child in the back with no seatbelt on, just floating around in the back between the back seat and the trunk.
Yeah, she's trying it. I love how she's also trying to say, she was collecting things to give to the women's shelter. She's trying to make it look. She's trying to make her bad look good. Trying to justify that. Yes, my child was back there, but he was only back there because I was so busy being Mrs. Santa Claus and bringing playpens to all the unfortunate mothers of America. Whatever you say, like we all know that you put your piggyback there for reasons beyond me.
Like, why was he there to hold it? What would he?
Yeah.
Like, it actually makes no sense. It's like, okay, if my kid is back there holding this thing, what? It won't fly out the window of the car? It's a whole like what? Sis, please stop lying. Like, just stop.
I'm confused, but I love to know the story, girl.
Confused. That's
okay.
it.
I'm gonna read her quote. Let me just find it. Okay. So she says she sees why people thought her son was riding in the trunk. She says this picture, and let me put it back up. This picture is again. Here's her son in the trunk. Here's another view. Son's head, trunk. She said this doesn't paint the full picture. What she said was she was driving back to her home in Dulles after picking up the bassinet in Buford to be donated to a deserving family. She said she found a nonprofit call hanging on to positive expectations. When she went to go pick up the bassinet, it wasn't broken down, as I said earlier. So what she did, she decided to put it in her trunk. She let down the seats of her car. By the way, none of this story is going to make sense to you. Just this. Somehow, though, her son ended up in the trunk area of the car, and she said she had no idea that he was there. She said there were other things in the back seat behind her that were going to be donated. Blah, blah, blah. What she says is, blah, blah, blah. She said she thought that, no, God, there's something where she talks about him sitting on top of the stuff, and then he ended up in the trunk. Okay. She said she didn't intentionally put her son in danger. No, there's another quote she says where she left him to sit on top of it. I'm just sorry, man. There's no way, even with seats down, your child just ends up in the trunk with his head out. Like, you understand? Like, this is also
yeah.
He is in the trunk.
He is in
He's in the trunk.
Yep.
And this is not a truck. Like, me and Rob used to own
an SUV or
truck, right? Where you actually take things down and you could potentially get into the trunk because it's in the bed of the car.
Right.
This is a car. Seats are just not coming down. This is not a truck. This is a car. So anybody who wanted to believe her, because of course want to believe, this is a car. I've driven cars most of my life. Seats generally do not fold over in cars. They fold over in trucks. What are we talking about?
Yeah, this story doesn't make any sense. It actually makes no sense. Like, maybe she.
But people in the comments said we were hating. That people are hating. People should not judge her because we were in the 80s and 90s. We were driving in cars with no seatbelts. It's 2024, so I love when people do that. Like, in the 80s and 90s, our parents almost killed us.
Wearing a seatbelt.
But we were not in the trunk. Right.
Exactly. Wearing a seatbelt and driving in an open trunk of a car.
The kid could have fell out. Imagine this poor little kid.
Here's the quote.
Oh, okay.
What she said was that she told her son to sit on top of the folded down back seat and hold on to the back and neck so it didn't fly out. That was her explanation.
No.
Her 12-year-old son, who's likely pretty tall, will give him maybe, even if he's like 5'2", 5'3". So imagine folded over seats. That's assuming, because again, there are not many cars, and this is a car, where the seats fold out. I don't know if you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not. Again, I've driven several cars, and you just don't fold down the seats. But even if it is, he's now, what is he sitting like this?
Yeah,
It's not going to be like a continuation, like with an SUV where you can put it down, for instance.
Thank you.
And let's say you ski and you put your skis in, and it's literally like, there's no differentiation or whatever between the back seat and the trunk. It just becomes all, as you know, like one.
Thank you.
The only car that I know that used to do that was like a GM Lumina, where you could put down the seat, and
and those are old cars that they don't even make anymore. Yeah,
that was a very long time ago.
So, ma'am, at this point, why not just say, oh crap, could you actually break down the bassinet, because I've got my son in the car and this is just not going to work. You don't, like, I'm sorry, all these excuses in the work, your child is the priority, not the bassinet. So you care more about the person you're going to deliver the bassinet to than your 12-year-old son. And then it's like, he might be mischievous, but you gave him the open door.
And how old is the boy again?
12.
Yeah, this is a no.
And he's 12. Is he mentally unwell?
No, the mom is mentally unwell. That's who's mentally unwell.
No, they need to check that whole family, because
mom is mentally
boys. I know that boys can be mischievous, but still, this is a lot. This woman, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Speaking of mothers, that's a lot. I'm about to show you a video, and then I'm going to read the caption. I actually want to show you the video first before I read the caption, because you're gonna have to figure out what this video is about. It's fun time. So it's in the section I'm calling period what, and here we go.
And I'm sorry that it has so soon, but watching you overcome and the important you've been like, I love you. I pray that I've been all that you need to be, and that I continue to be all you need to be every day. I'm also proud of you. Look, I know you're not saying small ones. And I know this will get to the rest of your life. I'll probably do what it is to go and the rest of the day find out what you will have to do.
Okay, just watching that video, ladies, what would you think that whole video was about?
Well, I know what it was about. So
do you want the real answer, or do you want us to make a joke?
What it looks like to other people. But for people that don't know, they would think this is a birthday party for a girl turning a certain age.
Right. They would think this is her sweet 16 or a tween. Yeah.
But it is not that at all.
Okay, I'm going to read the caption for this video here. 1 year ago this week, our little girl started her journey into womanhood, something we absolutely wasn't ready for. She was 9 years old and the only one in her grade, not just class, that was going through menstruation every month. We had to reach out to teachers and get everyone on board with our new normal. She is now anemic, using 3 different methods of feminine hygiene, dealing with hormonal acne, and quite overwhelmed with it at times. Not once, however, did she complain, feel insecure, or ashamed. The grace she has led with through this year is inspiring, and we just wanted to make sure she knew Mommy and Daddy are proud of her and are always with her. This was a small celebration, filled pizza making, karaoke, just dance, chocolate covered strawberry making, red velvet cake, and vanilla ice cream. So many laughs. In the end, It was major to her and hers of joy. Oh my God. To her and hers of joy was all we needed to know we did good. And she goes on to thank a bunch of people for allowing their little ladies to be a part of the festivity. We had an amazing night and can't wait for the next one. Thank you, Grammarly, for always having our girls in your prayers and all the advice you've given us. And she's calling it, she's saying, happy period anniversary, our sweet London.
It sounds like the mom just wants the clicks.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like a real thing. I'm going to say this as a young lady who also had her period at 9 years old.
Same.
I had my period a week before my 10th birthday.
Yeah.
And I remember my mother calling my father. I had just recently moved to Canada. This was in 1989. I moved to Canada in February. I got my period in November. And my mother called my father and when I got home, my dad called me and was talking about it. I was embarrassed about that.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah.
So for my parents to make a video, put song to it, and post me on the internet announcing that I have my period, that this video now has 2,162 shares, 731 comments, 8,552 likes. It is enough for your body to be going through all of that. Instead of focusing on her child and figuring how she cannot be anemic, giving her proper food and nutrients, taking her to a holistic person or a herbalist so she gets the right things in her system to make sure she doesn't have these issues. She decided to record this private moment. If she wants to have the party, great.
Fine.
But to record the party, put it to music, edit it, and put it on the internet, and then people say, oh, maybe this is a
clicks,
tradition.
like Tully said.
Where?
This woman is looking for some homemaker, like, look at me, I'm so great. Mommy blog, whatever this is supposed to be. A lot of girls in our generation, you could even go on Google and check it out. A lot of girls in this generation have gotten their periods early. Around 9, 10 years old.
Correct.
Getting it to the point where there was an actual, I forget the name of the drug now, but there was a specific drug that they would give these 9 and 10 year olds. I was on it. Tully, you were on it for a while, where, it's supposed to support you because you're young and you're going through this thing and you're anemic. Like, that is kind of what just happens because you're younger and you're having this thing happen. And to me, I remember it being somewhat traumatic.
Very.
It's hard when you're maturing and you're maturing faster than some of the girls that you're growing up around, whether it be, like bigger boobs. Like I remember, you would get your bra strap pulled and snapped because all the boys were like, ooh, she wears a bra and no one else in class is wearing a bra. And it's just very traumatic. And no one likes to be reminded of how they are different when they're that age. When you're that age, you want to blend in with everybody else. And that's great.
What your face is on the internet.
Right? Like do what you want to do, right? Have your party, do whatever. But did you really need to record it all and make sure everything was Insta perfect?
No, you do not.
So that you could put it on your Instagram, not hers, but put it on yours so you can show how great you are. This is why they're building that law against parents putting their kids on Instagram without their consent.
And they should.
Because of stuff like this.
This is ridiculous.
Thank you. Moving on. I just don't even want the poor child's face up on the screen anymore because I think this is crazy. It's not. Moving on. We got 2 more segments. We're going to run through them in the interest of time. But in this segment, I'm calling location. This is embarrassing. Ladies, just do better because this is embarrassing. And go.
Ooh, you forgot to turn that location on, huh? Forgot to turn that location on, didn't you? No. You forgot to turn that location on. No. Oh, you forgot to turn that location on. Oh, I don't know you share location. I don't know you. We share location. We share location.
Who was the clown in this situation? The woman who decided to leave her house and spend her gas and turn on her phone to start recording who she claims is a cheating man, or the woman who was just going about her business on a date with a man that she clearly did not know was in a relationship to get her nails done. I'm going to vote for the woman who left her home and decided to record this. And let me say before you ladies respond, I was actually in a situation where I realized just very recently that I was still sharing locations with Bob. This was months after we broke up, months after I stopped living with Bob in March. We broke up in June, and I want to say it was November or December that I realized, holy crap, I'm still sharing locations with him because he was my contact in the Uber or Lyft that anytime I was going anywhere, he would get alerted that to keep me safe. So it is possible for you to forget that you're sharing locations with someone and turn it off. But even if I'm in a relationship with a man, there is no way I'm leaving. It's dark. It's late. Leaving my home to go and follow him to embarrass myself and then post it on the internet.
It's becoming a trend now. Women doing this.
But we know why women are doing this because, in a way, some of them, not naming names, but some of them are actually getting rewarded for doing this sort of stupidness. But here's my thing, and we all know this. We've talked about this. I will not embarrass myself. I will not. I am not going to a parking lot underneath the wings and seafood sign Plaza.
No.
Beside the Camrys and the Mazda 3s to go shoot at some lady in the night.
Thank you.
And those restaurants are full.
Girl. No.
There is no peen. I have never met a peen that is worth.
When he comes home, then I will be like, yo, noticed that.
Noticed your location. Should we have a conversation? Oh, this is what we're doing. Thank you, but I think this is the end of the relationship.
Because I thought this was a real relationship where.
To turn on your camera and start recording the internet.
No.
Like, is this cheaters? So people just producing their own cheater segments now.
Yep, that's true. I don't know, ladies. I understand that they think that they're going to try and get the internet to be on their side. Well, look, girls, I caught him cheating. I was like, yeah, but you're the one that left your nice warm bed for this. Girl, look, back in the day, women had something called intuition. You knew if something was going on with your man and someone else. You knew. You didn't need to go with your camera. You didn't stalk anybody, embarrass yourself in these streets. You just knew deep down, you know what? There's someone else. Like you ladies said, in private, off camera, deal with your business and move on. What are you doing, ma'am?
Right. She ran out of her house with her nails not done.
Her nails are not done. Mine are, by the way. Her nails are not done.
When she goes and the missus, or sorry, the miss says to the missus,
my nails are done.
Well, my nails are done.
And she was
girl,
right. Your husband,
girl, you set yourself up.
Your nails.
She set herself up.
So stop doing this, ladies. I get it. You're hurt. I get it. But you know, the best place to talk about it is on a therapist's couch, not on the internet. And then you get mad at the internet when the internet says not so nice things about you, because that's just what happens. People are gonna, I get it all the time. People don't always say nice things about me, and you're either gonna deal with it or just stay off the damn internet. People, stay off the internet with this nonsense, please. But actually, no, keep going, because then we get to talk about it. Okay, listen, this last segment, I'm just gonna show the pictures. Listen, Tubi, oh Tubi, Tubi is up. Okay, I'm gonna put these pictures up. I think you guys recognize these two faces. This is Megan Thee Stallion and this is Tory Lanez. Well, apparently Tubi has a movie recreating what happened with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion called "The Rapper Who Got Shot in the Heel with This Night Ride Will Change Everything." And not to mention, the title is hilarious, but what's even more hilarious is this next picture I'm going to show you. So this is a picture of Megan Thee Stallion, who is probably about 5'10", 5'11", with Tory Lanez behind her. I think Tory Lanez is about 5'3". Now this is a picture from the movie.
That man is like 4'3". Why are they doing people like that? This is the worst casting I've ever seen.
The casting is horrible. The girl doesn't look like no.
The casting
Names, oh, the girl, you have to say the names that they chose.
Oh, yes. The names of the people. Let me actually tell you exactly what the names of the people in the movie are.
Because girl, that's what gave it away. When people saw it, they were like, "Wait a minute."
So this is what it says for the movie. Again, The Rapper Who Got Shot in the Heel, and it's 51 minutes on Tubi. Music artists Raven the Stallion and Corey Gaines have a secret love affair behind their friend Chelsea's back. One night, after a lot of partying and drinking, everything goes wrong, leading to a shooting.
I love that it's only 51 minutes long. Girl, this is the like
Raven the Stallion.
When I read that description, I didn't even get out of Instagram good. I ran to the TV, ran to the comments, and then ran to Tubi while I was like, I need to watch this like
it's
now.
not showing here in Canada, is it?
But it's not available in Canada yet, ladies. But I am going to find the link to it. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, wait. And if anyone out there has seen it, can you like let us know what you
in the
thought?
Comments below. What do you think of The Rapper Who Got Shot in the Heel, the Tubi edition? It's only an hour long. Not that.
Because I know the acting is going to be stellar.
Oh, girl!
Oscar award winning.
Yes.
It's the picture for me. It's the picture. For me,
yeah, this
that's
first
all
of
I got.
It's playing Corey Lanez or whatever his name.
Corey Lanez.
Why is he? It looks like he's like about 200 pounds heavier than like. What is happening?
This is a rough casting.
It's Tubi. Thank you, Tubi, for Corey Gaines and Raven the Stallion. This image is cemented. This image, I've never seen this image before, and when I saw it, why, sir? Why?
That's the photo that put the man in prison right now, y'all. Not the actual shooting.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another episode. We are gonna get out of here, but before we do, Kelly, talk to the people.
I'm confused as hell. So look, we hope you enjoyed this very interesting episode. 2B is out here doing God knows what. But thank you all. If you hung on this long, then clearly you are ready for Armageddon. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us right here on Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Join us every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on IG. We go live and right here on YouTube. And while you're at both of those locations, make sure to follow and subscribe. If you do get a chance to watch this 2B film, definitely let us know.
Please let us know.
We really want to know. We want to know your thoughts. We want to know. I got to see this somehow. We're going to steal someone's VPN or something. Some Americano out there is going to loan us their IP address, something. But in the meantime, y'all, make sure to watch this episode and all of our award-winning content. Thanks to Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, you can watch all of our past episodes, 4 years worth of us trying to make sense of the foolishness on our planet. Lord Jesus, help this planet. Listen, y'all, we're going to go. We're going to try to find out why this woman's wearing a hologram and try to save the planet because clearly the world's on fire. We want to thank Radio Regent once again. We want to thank you guys for watching. We got Karsia, I'm Telly. We got Queen Sheba. And until next time, we're going to continue to bring you those mashup news. Love y'all. Take care. Until next time. Hey. Oh.